Welcome to
Dropbear and Panda.
Save the World.
Episode
64. That's right, 64 times.
64.
Yeah.
That's like, 60 plus 4.
That's like Nintendo 64.
What?
And GoldenEye.
I was terrible at that.
Speaking of GoldenEye.
Sure.
Apropos of nothing.
Cool.
We got nominated for an award.
They might take it away after that 64 comment.
Yeah, that could be.
Yep.
Damn it. Can you take away a nomination?
Yes. If not, we should lose it.
Yeah.
What did we get nominated for, sir?
Well, it was in the Canadian Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Right?
And we got nominated for Outstanding Production in a Series.
And that is amazing. And you know why it's amazing? Besides the fact that
it's amazing.
It's amazing. We were nominated by our podcasting peers.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
How dope is that?
It's super dope. It's one thing to, it's always nice to get nominated by, peers or anyone else.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Or people who listen. But what's really nice is it's people who understand how difficult podcasting is. I think a lot of people assume that we just put these mics together and just talk a whole bunch and then just sort of post it or put it up.
By magic.
This is a monster to do sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's an editing
it is
phenomenon, really.
Do, 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 do.
Phenomenon.
Do, 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 do.
Okay.
See, this is why we get nominated for awards.
Definitely taken away. So it's a little bit super special.
Yeah.
Actually, it is super special that we've been nominated by our peers. So we just want to thank everybody and
Yeah, and it's enough to be nominated, really.
It is, actually.
It's super cool.
We are tickled pink.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, thanks. That's kick-ass.
So what's on the docket today, sir?
We got some news. We got some reviews. We got some world saving.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
DBP News right now.
So Canada is getting its ass kicked,
Super ass kicked.
right? Starting on the left coast, BC, under snow.
Well, the coast of BC is under snow.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they're not supposed to get snow.
No. And people don't know how to react to it, which is pretty wild.
They're shoveling walkways with like lawn chairs.
Four-wheel drives don't matter on ice.
Oh my God. And yeah, they have no idea what they're doing.
As we move east across the prairies, we're like the penguins can't even go for a walk.
We're colder than the moon,
Yeah.
colder than the North Pole and the South Pole.
Yeah. And
Our garage broke
Yeah.
because the cable snapped because they were frozen.
right, because when molecules stop moving and then start moving again, shit breaks.
Yeah, and now we're all under a migraine advisory.
Right, because we're going from minus 20 something to basically zero in 12 hours.
My
You're
head
dying.
hurts so much.
Over on the far right coast, Ontario and Quebec, they got smoked as they usually do, but Newfoundland got pounded.
2.5 feet of snow in a day.
It's crazy.
There are people who are under like the snow drifts, like feet and feet and feet of snow.
People have had to get digged. They had to get dug out of their basement suites.
No diggity.
Yo, Trey, drop the verse.
Lots of diggity. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so that's that's weather in Canada.
Yeah, Newfoundlanders, you guys are a hardy bunch, but I am so sorry.
I like the videos of them sliding down the streets in their snowsuits.
Oh my God, that's
that was
amazing.
pretty
Because the
awesome.
streets are all closed down because no one can drive.
Right.
But oh yeah.
They can't drive because they can't find their cars.
They can't find their houses for the most part. It's awful.
Yeah.
It is awful. Just Google it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
I'm not laughing. I'm only laughing because it's.
Can you imagine joining the Canadian Army and going from we save Manitoba every year from the flooding, and now we have to dig out Newfoundland.
Yeah.
All I do is shovel. That's all I do. Join the army to shovel.
Join the army. They said, see the world.
All I do is shovel in Canada.
Damn it. Oh, hey, speaking of military.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the United States showing off their brand new uniforms for Space Force this week.
Yeah. So in space, no one can hear you scream, but everyone will be able to see you.
My God. Well, and from what I understand, if you haven't seen this already, fair listeners, it is camouflage. It is like I want to say jungle camouflage or maybe desert camo. But it's camouflage.
Yep.
The Space Force uniform.
The USSF is utilizing current Army Air Force uniforms, saving costs of designing and producing a new one.
The light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed.
And I get that. I mean, that's fiscally responsible because it's not like they're going to be forcing space right now.
No, but I mean, I get it because they're not in space.
Right. Yet.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the internet is.
I know, blowing up.
Taking that by storm.
So for when we get to Endor.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever land on a jungle planet, it'll be great.
Yeah. Think about all the cool uniforms you can get depending on what planet you end up on.
Ooh.
Right? Like you could have like sort of this gassy, milky suit for...
A gassy suit?
A gassy, milky suit.
Okay, that just sounds disgusting. Like, disgusting. I was hoping they would go for like, the Star Trek kind of thing.
I know. I'm
a
little shocked that they haven't.
I guess so.
Or like just flat black.
Right?
With like maybe a constellation on it. Where you could be like...
Well, you can stand outside and they'll be like, my God, it's like he totally disappeared.
Yeah.
But really, he's just on the top of the hill. Because they're like, there's the Big Dipper.
Right. So many missed opportunities.
Why aren't they just walking around it with like giant, like bulbous, like
I know
dark helmet suits?
I know, dark helmet.
Right?
And I mean, even like stormtrooper outfits, that maybe would be in bad taste. But
God.
I mean, seriously, you could have so many cool
just
things.
buy out the Disney store.
Right?
Get all sorts of like...
You don't even have to design anything. It's already been done. Just license it.
Just, right? Just the U.S. government can buy out Disney.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. There you go. Problem solved.
Or does Disney have enough money to buy out the U.S. government,
probably.
military,
Yeah,
and then
it's
all coming full circle. Disney's buying everything else out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get that. Like, I mean, when I heard about this, I was like, well, it makes sense. Because, I mean, of course, they're just going to use army clothes because it's not like they're floating around in space yet. And they're going to need spacesuits and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I know, it was pretty funny.
But at the same time, I'm like, well, of course the internet's going to just...
Oh, yeah.
Explode.
Jump all over it. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Losing their shit.
I just figured they'd just be wearing all black stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, who knew?
Or gray. Just the Star Wars
I don't know.
Empire kind of thing.
Star Trek is already like, they nailed it, I think.
Star Trek?
Yeah. With the red tunics, the blue tunics,
Well, you don't ever want to wear red.
No, unless you're Scotty.
Well, doesn't but in the next gen, Picard is red,
Yeah.
right? So in the
there's
next
some red is
in the
okay.
next gen, is it the yellow shirts that always die?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, they've got the thing, and I always thought that the Star Trek logo looked eerily like the Acura logo, or the Acura looked like the Star Trek logo. So I figured that eventually Acura was going to own space.
Space Force, Space Force.
Hey, speaking of which, you know what we should do?
What?
We should play the Dropbear and Panda productions of Rob Mitchelson's epic Space Force theme song.
Well, we already have the theme song for them.
Yeah.
So we're also saving them money.
Right. Millions of dollars. But they'd have to buy the rights. And that's actually coming up soon. Soon you can actually buy the Space Force theme song, the unofficial Space Force theme song.
Stay tuned on that.
Yeah.
Space Force, the men of the Space Force, the greatest force in space. We're probably the greatest force in space. We do great space. Men and also women of the Space Force. In space, there's no collusion. We built a wall in outer space. Martians are bad hombres. A lot of people are saying sad fake news in space. Believe me, by the way, China's moon what's going to happen. Space Force, big league Space Force, tremendous men in space. The Martians do not have a clue. Believe me, I know Mars.
Canada rated number 2 in the world for best place to live.
What?
Yeah.
By who?
It came out of the United States. They did like, this big study. We'll put links in the notes.
Yeah.
But basically, it was based on 65 criteria, and they polled people from around the world, and they basically normalized that data, and then, it got rid of outliers and all that sort of stuff. But it was under global perceptions, how you drive trade, travel, and investment in Canada. And it was also based around, I love this, adventure, citizenship, cultural influence, entrepreneurship, heritage, and more. Like, it's crazy. But number 2. And
Number 2.
yeah, so we were behind Switzerland. Switzerland was rated number 1.
Switzerland.
And right on our tail, Japan.
Oh, I want to go to Japan so bad.
Yeah, hey Teek.
Yay, Teek.
Yeah, our friend Teek is in Japan right now, traveling around.
I think he's actually left.
Oh, okay. Then he was.
Yes.
He was doing that stuff.
That's okay. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
bye. See ya, Teek.
According to this, our GDP is 1.7 trillion. Our population is 37.1 million.
Yeah.
And our GDP PPP is 49,690.
Look at us go.
Don't even know what that means.
Nope, me neither.
But there's letters and numbers there.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's important.
We did a video the other day. We did a video for Canada Day
We did.
called Canada is Fucking Awesome.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to include that.
Yep, I think we totally have to.
I think we totally do too. Okay, Google, how old is Canada?
On the website CanadianAffair.com, they say, one begins 150 years ago, with Confederation creating the country of Canada in 1867. Do you want a little more context?
No.
Okay.
Google pleases me sometimes.
Hey, Google, how old is the Earth?
Earth is 4.543 billion years old.
Oh.
It's like to the day.
We're like so young.
Yeah, Google knows.
And we're number 2.
Yeah, number two.
Number 2.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do so many best countries ranking, but we are number 2 out of 80 countries.
Yeah.
So I want to know who the last country is.
Oh, you would go there.
I would go there, but
I like that.
I'm
But I
wondering.
don't like that. Hey guys, we're 37th in the world.
So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm holding.
Okay, Google, how many countries are there in the world?
195 countries. Here's a summary from the website worldometers.info. This total comprises 193 countries that are member states of the United Nations and 2 countries.
So they don't have all 80 on this list, but number 73 is Lebanon.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm wondering if they didn't put all 80 because they're like, let's not embarrass the last 7.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. But there you go.
There you go.
You know who isn't in the top 3? I'm not going to go there. Yeah. Anyway, so we're top. We're second.
You know what's not in the top 3?
What?
Atlantis.
That is true.
And you know where you might be able to find Atlantis?
Where?
Underwater. Which brings us to our next segment.
That's crazy.
Now it's time for Dropbear and Panda's Reviews.
That was a very good segue.
I think it was too.
Yeah. So we went and saw, at the behest of others,
A film that we went to.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things. We went to go see Underwater.
Yes.
And we went and saw it at Landmark Cinemas.
Oh my gosh, we did.
And so a couple things about this experience. First off,
It was an experience.
first of all, great little, well, it's not even little, great, nice theater. We love their seats. Are like love seats with like recliners and shit.
Well, they weren't really love seats. They were single seats.
Well,
that
you could
in
move
groups
the
of 2.
you could move the arm though.
Yes.
So you could snuggle if you wanted.
I guess so.
But anyway, so we got what we thought were our seats.
Because there were people sitting in our seats. So here's the thing.
We didn't know.
The commercials had started before the trailers.
Yeah.
So the lights were dark.
Yeah.
We knew what side of the theater we were on and what row.
Yeah.
So we went up. I was following Dropbear. So I totally blame this on Dropbear, to be honest.
Fair. Yeah.
And we were in row, like, I'm going to make this up, like B or
E.
or
We're in an E.
he knows. Okay, E.
Yeah.
And we know we were on the left side. So we go up the left side and there's 2 seats there and the rest of the row is full. So we're like, these must be our seats. So we sit down.
Right.
Easy peasy.
Right. And we're enjoying ourselves. We're like, man, this is the best.
These seats are amazing.
Right. So movie starts.
Movie started.
And this person comes in and he's just like, hey, I think you're in our seats. It's like, and he said something like 6E12. And I'm like,
E12.
Well, he said 6E12 because I remember the 6 because I was confused. And I'm just like, oh, no, we've got 3 and 4. And so he goes away and presumably to get his correct seats. Mm-hmm. Whatever. This guy comes back and he's like, this is my fucking seat.
Get the fuck out.
That's anger. He cares very deeply about things being fair.
So that's how you want to play it, old man? No dessert? Oh, sure. We'll eat our dinner right after you eat this.
In the middle of a theater that's already started that he's late to. And we're just like, dude, relax. Like, I'm pretty sure we're in our right seats. Like, here's our ticket. And he's just like, just get the fuck out of my fucking seat.
And he pulls out the seat map.
Yeah.
And clearly, so we're like, oh shit, we are in your seats. We are so sorry.
Yeah.
So I look over to the 2 people next to us.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, that means they're in our seats.
Right.
And so then he goes, well, then tell them to get the fuck out of your seats. Right. And I was like, I look up at him and I say, dude, relax.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is why they have pre-assigned seating. Get the fuck out of my seats.
And I'm like, I go to the guy, I'm just like, calm the fuck down.
The whole theater's looking at us now.
And I said, it's just a fucking seat, dude. Like, and I don't even care about the young girls that had our seats. I was like, who cares? I just want to not have this happen in the middle of a movie that we're there to watch. I don't want to affect everybody else in the theater. So we're just like, you know what, dude, take the fucking seat. We'll just go up here. Like,
don't care.
Right. Who the fuck cares? Because you got a great seat no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
They're all recliners. So this guy sits down like a fucking nuclear bomb and everybody around him leaves.
Well, not everybody around him. The 2 people who were in our seats, like, left.
Yeah. They're just like, nope, don't want to be next to this guy.
Yeah. And like, so what pissed me off was I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
We ended up sitting the row behind us because I didn't want to sit next to this guy.
No, fuck that.
In our correct seats.
Yeah.
The people next to us left. But what kind of irked me was the people who clearly sat in the wrong seats because they went to sit in their correct seats, which was like 3 rows down.
Yeah.
And I was like, why were you clearly sitting in the incorrect seats? Like, did either they not realize that they were sitting in the wrong seat, or like, did they purposely sit in the wrong seats, or did they not realize that there were seats that you specifically had to sit in? Do you know what I mean? But it's very obvious that the seats were assigned, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, we should have checked our tickets. Really, we should have.
When we walked in there for sure and double checked, I suppose. And that's the lesson that I'll take with this next time is double check and deal with this before the movie starts.
But at the same time, if the guy came back and was like, actually, really, like, you are in my seat.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh my God, I'm really sorry.
Like, let's figure this out.
Let's move over. Or you know what? Like, let's not 6 of us play musical chairs. We'll just move up there.
Right.
Don't care.
Yeah. But this guy was having a bad day.
Oh my God, what a piece of shit.
Oh, and here's the thing. I can't say this with absolute certainty, but he was with a kid. Like there was,
and I didn't even pay attention I just figured he was with his petite girlfriend or something.
No, it was a young kid. Like, and I was horrified for this poor kid. Like this guy, wow. What a douchebag.
What an asshole.
So if you know this guy,
Oh, and my anxiety was up to 10. Like by the time I sat down at our new seats, like my heart was just beating and I was like twitchy.
I had the
It took me a long time to calm down.
Yeah, I had the wickedest adrenaline dump. Like I thought for sure I was fighting this guy in a movie theater. Like I thought that was actually about to happen.
Fucking seat. Yeah. Like all he had to do was say, I mean, really, we should have checked our tickets.
Yeah,
like when he
I
said, "You're in our seats." Or we should have checked our tickets as soon as we came in. Yeah. But he didn't have to be such an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Like I was so, and maybe this affected like the rest of the movie, but the movie was not good.
Oh, well, all right. So let's unpack that part. So the movie started out actually pretty good.
It did actually.
Yeah.
The first half an hour.
Yeah.
I was in for it, and the guy showed up in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
they did the whole exposition thing with newspaper articles and shit like that.
Which wasn't really great.
Yeah. But then there's like they hit a part where they're going into the water, and I got anxious because I'm a diver, like a scuba diver.
Please note there might be spoilers.
Oh yeah. Right. Anyway, so so it shows like sort of the murky water, like zero visibility with all the particles and the particulate in the water and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh man, they did a good job. This is already making me nervous.
So for the first bit of the movie, what I think they did a good, what I didn't, okay. So the first part, I didn't like the newspaper things.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Like what I did like is they cut to the chase. Like there wasn't a lot of, oh my God, when is this actually going to happen? Like they wasted the first 20 minutes. They got right into it.
Yeah.
The shit started right away, which I did appreciate.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of exposition crap. They didn't have to do it with the newspaper articles. Wow, that was kind of dumb. But
it's kind of a 70s homage, maybe.
Yeah. Like they got to it right away.
Yeah.
Which I did appreciate. Getting into the water when they lowered themselves in, even before the murky water can't see anything part, the amount of tension it was after they put on their water suits, their scuba suits. Well, they were they looked like space suits.
Yeah, there's like a moon thing because they're in Mariana's Trench.
Exactly. So if you're scared of underwater movies like I am, I tried to pretend that it was like they were in outer space instead, and it actually made me feel a little bit better.
But they weren't wearing camouflage.
They did a really great job of having the tension really, really high, especially when they're looking down and the water is going from their feet to their knees up. Yeah. That was really well done. I was like, okay, I'm convinced I'm in. Like, I'm into this movie.
Yeah, this isn't bad at all.
And then 10 minutes later, like at first, the you couldn't see anything, and I was like, oh, it's kind of scary because you can't see stuff because it's deep and dark. And then after that, I was like, this is dumb.
Well, I did like when the guy got sucked out of, again, spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about this movie, stop listening to this podcast or fast forward, like past this. I don't know. But yeah, when the guy got sucked out of the suit, that was pretty cool. When he like exploded inside the suit, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
cool parts.
There's cool parts, but the creatures, like, there's so many things wrong with this movie.
The sea monsters were awful.
Yeah, they were like,
not deep sea monsters.
Like they sort of reminded me of Nosferatu. You know, with like the creepy fingers.
Don't give too much away.
Nosferatu.
Don't give too much away. They weren't. Again, I don't want to go into like the science isn't correct, but I was I was more freaked out not knowing what was out there.
Right.
That's why Cloverfield was so good. The movie Cloverfield.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it yet,
No.
and you should.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
What's out there.
That is the scary part. I won't reveal the end monster.
Steve, what produces this effect of illumination? Is there a chemical inside the organism?
No, Ned. Actually, it's the reflection of the moonlight on their outer membranes.
Have I said too much?
I think so.
Anyway, it was the first 10 minutes was good.
Yeah, and then it was a murky mess because on one hand, when you're underwater, you don't know what's up, you don't know what's down. Sometimes
you couldn't tell which character was getting disassembled
or lost. It became a murky mess, and it was disjointed and.
How did they end up here? How did they go there?
It was hard to keep track of. And I kind of threw up my hands one point. And I was like,
Yeah.
It was a murky mess of.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then the ending after the ending, they had more
newspaper.
They had more newspaper clippings, and it was kind of like at the end of other movies where they're like, and Jim Bob married so and they became reporters for the Sun, and all was well, and they had 3 kids, and Bobby Joe, he became this. You know, it's like you want to wrap it up, but it was dumb.
It was bad.
It was not, and so many. Like they're like, oh, and they pay homage to Alien and this outer space movie and this sci-fi, but it was so obvious.
Oh yeah,
it was like
it was so heavy-handed.
It was not an original movie because it was almost play-by-play Alien.
I was gonna say that there are some shots that are shot to shot. I'm sure if we went through it and dissected it and put side by side, it'd be like, oh yeah, exact same camera angle, exact same framing. The same people type or same archetype in the thing with the,
Oh yeah. Did
Bad.
you know it was filmed like a few years ago?
Oh really?
Yeah. It's not the film isn't new. It's just they put it out now, I think.
They did have a androgynous lead who wore underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just like that's the other thing is that all the women were scantily clad, pretty much, and the dudes wore like shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it was pretty typical fare.
It was my suggestion is watch Alien instead.
Yeah, rewatch Alien.
Yeah.
There's a classic.
Watch or rewatch Alien.
Yeah.
And just pretend it's underwater instead of not underwater, and it is a million times better.
Right. Perfect.
The other movie I wanted to discuss briefly, only because Dropbear did not see it, is 1917.
Oh, yeah.
Which was beautiful. If a World War I movie full of dead bodies and bloated faces and shit blowing up is beautiful.
But the shots, I guess, were outstanding.
The cinematography is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I had a couple issues with things where I was kind of like, that was a little like, and nothing to do with, no, just a little, a couple little things where I was like, it seemed a little forced, which I won't really get into. Just me, might personally like, of course his hand went there, but whatever.
Gotcha.
But Sam Mendes tried to make it look like one full shot so you could be in the actual
That's crazy.
in the actual movie, and it's actually 2 shots. When you think about it, it looks like it's 2 shots because there is and I won't give it away, about 2/3 of the way through there is a blackout scene.
Oh, okay.
Where the screen goes black, so technically 2 shots. But you can tell that these shots are still very long.
Yeah.
Incredibly long.
Well, I saw some of the behind the scenes stuff and it's like, that's fantastic to have that vision and be able to pull that off.
Oh my God. Like just the first scene, it opens up on a meadow and the camera pulls back to the 2 characters. Mm-hmm. The characters get up because they get a letter to go talk to their captain. And it pulls up and it follows them. They go from the meadow to the little cook tent to down into where it gets muddier and muddier, and then it goes down to the trench and it follows them down the trench all the way into the captain's tent.
Jesus.
And then follows them around and then back out again, and it's insane because they go from like a handheld up to it's being held by a cable, and then it goes on to a dolly, and then a car, and then back onto the cable, and then back onto a handheld, and then back onto like it's insane. It's incredibly done, and the World War, like the war scenes of No Man's Land is.
Yeah. All right.
Outstanding.
Cool.
Outstanding.
Well, I know.
Go see it. Like if it doesn't win for that,
you'd do it again.
Oh yeah, I'm taking you to it. If it doesn't win for cinematography or director or something, I will be astounded. If it doesn't win for something like that for the Oscars. Granted, I have not seen any of the other movies that are up for Oscars, so I mean, I can't compare it, but just for that alone, if you are a cameraman or a director, go see it.
Nice.
It blew my mind.
All right.
Anyways, that's
on the list. Sort of tying into that little quick video game review. I've been playing late at night because I'm in rehearsals. So when I come home, I'm kind of wound up, and I play Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Has been my thing after Far Cry.
It took you a while to get into it,
and I'm still not completely into it, but it's beautiful. I don't like the third person perspective,
but that's like most games.
I know. I don't prefer it. I have a real hard time with the helicopter controls. The y-axis will not invert the way that I want it to. When I try and fix it, it fucks everything up. But it's a beautiful game. I can't really follow the story that well. I get distracted by other things and whatever, but it's nice. I give it 3 out of 5 drop bears right now.
Right now.
Yeah. It could go up or down, kind of depending, because I'm getting a little tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it didn't have that story hook that really got me with Far Cry.
You can't compare everything to Far Cry.
I know, but right now 3 out of 5.
All right,
that's what it gets.
One other note I want to say before we move on, because this seems like it's going to be a very long podcast.
Yeah,
we have another challenge.
Yeah, we do.
We have been told that the movie Dr. Dolittle is possibly worse than Cats.
Yep.
Bad Narwhal saw it the other day and walked out after about half an hour.
Yep, could not do it.
Yeah, our friend Liam found the article that said that Dr. Dolittle is worse than Cats.
Yeah.
So he has asked us to go review it for the next podcast. So unfortunately, we can't ignore our listeners.
No, not at all. And I would say that if you know us, you should reach out and see if you want to come with us to, enjoy the awesomeness.
Give yourself some eyeball cancer and watch this horrible movie with us, because
if we get enough people, we'll just book the theater ourselves.
Watch Panda cry.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're going to do.
Yay.
So,
maybe Liam should get some socks for that.
Oh, I think he should.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Liam?
Socks
coming to you.
Yep.
Speaking of socks.
Right.
Time for another Dropbear and Panda Friday Sock Company collaboration.
Oh, good sir.
Bacon and eggs, polka dots and stripes, ethical Canadian socks are nice. Bangers and mash, cricket and blimps. Dropbear and Panda are the fresh sock pimps. Podcast jingles, chap hops the illest. Pith helmet locked and trousers are the twillest. Friday Sock Company, Her Majesty's finest. No field toe seam needle counts the highest. I will be requiring an additional microphone.
Oh, indeed, sir.
This one's been damaged by gravitational pull.
Oh, I see. From dropping it, sir. Well played, sir. Well played.
Socks!
Guess what time it is?
It's time
for Dropbear and Panda to save the world.
Australia is now not on fire as much. As much,
maybe.
It's not on as much fire.
I've heard it's flooding now.
Yeah, because of the rains and stuff like that.
And there's not enough trees.
Yeah. We thought what we'd do is we would donate to the Australian Koala Foundation.
Yeah.
Now, not because, koalas are awesome, first of all, but it's not just about koalas. What they're doing is they're planting trees.
Yes.
And they need help sort of reforesting Australia for all the wildlife, not just koalas.
Yep.
And we thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. So the biggest problem I have with this whole donation thing is there are so many places to donate.
Oh, sure. The Irwins have got a whole bunch of places. There's like the SPCA, but for Australian wildlife.
Well, and there's the Aboriginals need help. The firefighters need help. The people need help. The zoos need help. The koalas need help. The kangaroos need help. The
wallabies.
The wallabies need help.
Flying foxes.
And you know what? If you don't help the animals on land, all there's going to be left are the great white sharks in the waters, and there can't be nothing but sharks left because I will be scared.
Fair enough. So find your favorite Australian charity and send a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Or, give Australia a call and say, hey, I would like to come down under. And can I help?
Yeah.
We probably just lost our 3 listeners in Australia.
I don't think we're in Australia yet, actually.
Yes, we are.
Are we?
Yep.
What?
We sure are.
I didn't think we were.
Yeah.
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Man, I got to keep up on the times.
Yeah, it's true. And anyway, so do that. We'll put a bunch of links to places, but if you want to share with us your favorite charity, please do. Send us a message.
We want to know.
Yeah.
And what we also like here is there is a little kid who's doing some really, really big things.
Where's he from? He's American.
He sure is. He is a Owen Colley, a 6-year-old from Hingham, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
He was upset that animals were dying in the Australian bushfires, and he asked if he could help. And he is making little gray koalas out of clay, and his parents set up a way for people to donate to the Wildlife Rescue South Coast, a wildlife rescue group in New South Wales.
Yeah, and I think if you donate more than $50, you get one of these things.
Yes, so far he's made 55 clay koalas, and that was as of the, I think, 17th of January. Mm-hmm. As of Tuesday evening, whatever Tuesday is, Owen has raised more than $20,000 for the rescue group in just 1 week.
Crap.
It started off with $1,000 of donations via Venmo in an Instagram post.
Huh.
Through GoFundMe.
That's amazing.
I know. And they've actually run out of clay. So she actually said on this article, the mom, she's like, don't worry, your koalas are coming, but I guess the donations are going in faster than his little 6-year-old hands can make.
Oh my God.
And these koalas are freaking adorable. It's a little face with like these little hands, and they just sit over like
a cup or
bowls
something.
or cups or something like that. They are adorable.
Yeah.
Like freaking adorable.
So way to go, kiddo.
I know. I think we should actually probably see if we can get a koala from him as well.
Oh yeah, love that.
I would love to be able to do that.
Done.
So we should do that too.
Yeah.
So this
Too
is
bad
the
we don't have kid socks. We could send like a kid sock.
Oh, you know what? We should just get some kid socks for him.
Yeah. All right.
Let's look into that.
All right.
From the Friday Sock Company.
Yeah. Cool.
This is the kind of stuff that we want to know about. I want to do a little PSA thing here.
Yeah, plug it.
The world is a really hard place to stand sometimes, and what we try to do here at Dropbear and Panda is try to find the good, the weird, and the wonderful in this terrifying world that we have. One of the things that we've tried to do on our Facebook and Instagram post is, with the Australian wildfires even, is I've seen some pretty awful stuff with the Australian wildfires, and if I'm posting about it, I try to post the
positives.
The positive stuff, like a firefighter finding a little Joey.
Yeah.
As opposed to the pictures of the awfulness that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
So we want to hear about the little 6-year-olds that are making little koala bears. We want to hear about the koalas getting better. We want to hear about the weird and the wonderful news.
Share the good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad news going around, and we want to share the good stuff.
Yep.
I think
more of that, please.
More of that. We want more positivity in our lives.
Yeah.
Because I think we all deserve the good things.
Yep. I've been Dropbear.
I've been Panda.
And this has been Dropbear and Panda.
Save the world. Okay, Google, thank you for being you.
I'll always try my best to help.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, the Friday Sock Company.
This podcast was recorded at the Dropbear and Panda Kensington studio.
Special thanks to Emery Cords for the kick-ass theme music.
Don't forget to subscribe.
It's Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Like a locomotive on a motherfucking bender. Yeah, I my coat on, now my jab, follow me. Yeah, with Michael Doggies, yeah, you be checking on the flow, yo. Checking flow, choose quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles. You get tangled, twisted side efflections, child should be. Can't compete with the owls that devour. Yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah. Yeah, Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you Dropbear and Panda, coming at your randa. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper. Dropbear and Panda, coming at your randa. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper.
Dropbear and Panda.